All right, thank you, Derek. Should you have the legal right to use recreational pot in Florida? A number of groups are trying to get that on your ballot next year.
And Fox 4's Rochelle Allen is letting you hear from someone from one of the groups. It's actually called Regulate Florida. She's also getting some perspective from a legal analyst. Rochelle?
This has been a very controversial topic. Organizers with the group say that Florida is actually behind the times when it comes to legalizing recreational marijuana. But other advocates in the community say that if this is passed, it could be a tricky measure to enforce.
According to a June 2019 Quinnipiac poll, 65% of Florida voters are in favor of legalizing recreational marijuana use. They're numbers that make sense to the folks at political committee Regulate Florida, which also goes by the name Sensible Florida.
Sensible Florida stands for people's rights to be able to use cannabis and the plant as they choose to do so.
He tells me the goal is to decriminalize what right now can cost you your job and a whole lot more if you get caught.
It is really something that protects people and employee rights, allows home cultivation, and legalizes cannabis for all adults 21 plus.
But where would legal weed lead us? A legal expert tells me it could raise other questions about what's allowed and what's not.
Are we going to allow smoking marijuana on street corners, in the restaurants? Are they going to treat it like alcohol? Well, how do you deal with children who are in proximity to people who are doing something that's legal?
The folks with Regulate Florida say they have a plan for that, to work with the state to make sure the rules are clear. But then there's the health issues.
What about the long-term consequences of marijuana?
Harvard medical professional Bertha Madras recently testified in the state house, saying there haven't been enough long-term studies done to know what it does to your body and brain over time. Some studies suggest there could be a link between a lot of pot and psychosis, but Regulate Florida says that doesn't mean pot necessarily causes psychosis.
It's like the chicken and the egg. What comes first? You know, does someone who has psychosis gravitate towards cannabis as self-medicating, versus the
Regulate Florida says that their push to legalize recreational marijuana use is currently being reviewed by the state Supreme Court. They also need another 7,000 more signatures before it can even be added to the 2020 ballots. In the control room, Rochelle Allen, Fox 4, in your corner.